Hi guys, so the 4090 is the only card available that is actually making profits right now. As we can see here on this Nvidia GeForce RTX 4090 profitability scale, we can see that the 4090 is actually profitable in Equilibria and in Casper. Here we have Equilibria with the Kryptonite GPU as the algorithm, and then Casper is K heavy hash. Right now you can expect to make around 8 cents profit on Equilibria, and then it's around 2 cents profit on Casper. Obviously Casper has been one of those coins that's been at the top of the what to mine list in terms of profitability. Even if it's in the negative, it still produces decent profit margins in terms of the amount of energy used to the amount of actual coins mined. Obviously Equilibria has been around for a while, and that runs off the Kryptonite GPU hashing algorithm. Now when we look for the Casper hashing algorithm, which is K heavy hash, we can see that it has around 1.93 gigahash at 240 watts. So it's actually pretty efficient. And then if we look for the Kryptonite GPU hashing algorithm, we have 9.8 kilohash at 320 watts. So also very efficient as well. Now I just want to compare this over to the 3090, and also this video is kind of just to let you know that if you do have a 4090, it might be profitable for you to mine. And remember, the power cost right here is 10 cents per kilowatt hour. Now if we do change this to 12 cents per kilowatt hour, as many people have higher electricity prices, you can see it doesn't become profitable anymore. A lot of people do have 10 cents per kilowatt hour, so we'll stick with that. Also, if we lower it down to 7 cents per kilowatt hour, we can start to see that Conceal, Alphium, Rio and Casper are all profitable in the around 30 to 20 cents range. Now when we have a look at the pools for Equilibria, I just want to show you how many pools they have. If you have a 4090, you can go ahead and start mining and still be profitable. You know, they've got a couple in America, not many worldwide ones, but you can still make your way around it. A lot of them don't have any pool fees, they're at 0% or lower than 1%, which is really good, just because it's a small crypto. And then actually if we look at Casper, they have less pools. They have 2 worldwide ones, one in Asia and then a couple in Europe, and Raptor Hash, which is in America but also has an invalid block height, as you can see there. And it's not actually recording any information onto the network. So when we have a side-by-side comparison of the 4090 to the 3090, we want to look at which hashing algorithms are actually the most efficient. So as we said here, Kryptonite GPU, obviously for the 4090, for whatever reason, is very profitable. Also K heavy hash is very profitable, and for some reason it just is very profitable on these crypto mining algorithms. Now when we compare to the 3090, we can see that any coin that you mine with the 3090 is going to be unprofitable for the foreseeable future. This is at 10 cents per kilowatt hour again. If we up it to 12, obviously we're going to see a difference, but if we lower it to 0.7, we can have, you know, some profit from this NimEq coin that we have here. And that runs on Argon 2D. I've never heard of that hashing algorithm, but I suppose it is profitable if you have 7 cents per kilowatt hour. Now if we change this back to 10 cents per kilowatt hour and we look on the side here, we're going to have to find the Kryptonite GPU to compare the actual efficiency. So right here we have Kryptonite GPU 4.6 kilohash at 260 watts for the 3090. We compare this to Kryptonite GPU for the 4090 at 9.8 kilohash to 320 watts. So obviously the 4090 is way more efficient on Kryptonite GPU, so any coin that's on there is obviously going to produce profits like Rio or Conceal, and for the 3090 it's not going to be profitable. I think the most efficient hashing algorithm for the 3090 is Octopus right now. Just for whatever reason, it does really well on there. So then if we look at K heavy fast for the 3090, we're at 1.04 gigahash at 340 watts. Then if we look at the 4090 for K heavy hash, we can see we're at 1.93 gigahash at 240 watts. So they have a higher gigahash and a lower electricity cost. This is why it's still profitable to mine on Casper on the 4090. Now the 4090 is basically the only card that is profitable right now. Even with the Nvidia A2000, we can see we're not making profits at all here. And this tends to be a very efficient card. You could also do the copper mod. I think it would actually make some of these efficient and profitable, but I'm not really sure how much mega hash it would add to all of these algorithms. But for the most part, the 4090 is going to be the only card right now that is profitable. Last thing to mention about the 4090, if you do have one, they're talking about the testing for the cables. So testing suggests faulty cables may be to blame for melting RTX 4090 connectors. Earlier this week, a couple of Reddit users reported that the power connectors for their expensive new NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4090 GPUs had partially melted, and that NVIDIA was looking into the issue. Since then, at least 9 additional Reddit users have posted about the same problem with the 16-pin power connector. So obviously we've seen reports all over the news of the new 4090 melting. It's not down to the actual card, it's down to the power connectors used apparently. Igor Woslek of the German language hardware site Igor's Lab has also performed additional testing and said that the power adapter cable may be to blame for the problems. The adapter, which is apparently manufactured by a company called Astron and was provided by NVIDIA to all of its board partners, uses a total 4 thick 14A GW wires distributed over a total of 6 contacts with a thin solder base that Woslek says can be damaged easily when the cables are moved or bent. So obviously when you're plugging in this 4090, you could potentially bend it. Also, the fact that it has 6 pin connectors only connected to 4 cables could be part of the problem as well. So just make sure if you do have a 4090, look out for this. Don't bend the pins when you're actually putting the power cables in, and make sure that none of your cables are actually being burnt right now. So overall, the 4090 is the only profitable card right now. If you guys did enjoy this video, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Also, don't forget to check out the video recommended at the end of this video.